So this video is for you if you're struggling to deal with the emotions after having an abortion. Sometimes people are forced to have an abortion and it can be so painful if that's the situation. You may have a whole mix of emotions and healing may be taking longer than you ever imagined. I work with a lot of individuals to release the pain and the trauma of going through an abortion where either they were forced to do it by somebody else or religious or society pressures, or where they had to go through that because they didn't have the means or the resources to look after the baby themselves. And what a lot of people go through, and I'm just going to use a diagram to explain the cycle and why people get often trapped, is they can go through, first of all, anger and anxiety and fear and panic and stress, having to make that choice. And this is really draining, having all of these intense emotions like the fear of why did I do this and what's happening? And if you're in a relationship and you were forced by your partner, or you feel forced by your partner, by parents, by other cultural things, you can get really stuck in this area of high emotions, and it's draining here. Here people lose their concentration, they lose sleep, they can often lose weight, they can just, not function at all, because these consume so much energy that there's not much energy for anything else. And then so what happens is people then go to this side of the crazy eight. Now, the crazy eight was developed about 12 or so years ago. I discovered it by Tony Robbins. But it's not that you're crazy. This is just the crazy eight that can happen to people. And then you go through depression, grief, of course, loss, the pain, shame sometimes, sadness, guilt. There's a huge amount of guilt that most of the people I help to become free, or couples I help to heal their relationship where there's been an abortion, there's a lot of guilt on both sides, hurt, of course, and a lot of regret. And this can be regret around a lot of things. So when people go to this side of the eight, it kind of doesn't take much energy to be here. Often people don't do anything. They lay in bed, they sleep a lot, they don't do any physical exercise. They just kind of stay in like a low emotion. And then when they build up their strength, they cycle back to this side. The anger, the anxiety, the panic, the stress. So they then loop into this heightened emotions. And then they get drained here. So then they flip back into these emotions, and they're kind of like on this crazy eight, and they're in this cycle. When I work with people going through the pain of abortion, I help them to break free from, I help them to release these emotions and learn from them so they can create new choices in the future. I help them to release these and create new habits, because what people do is, because being on this loop is so painful, they go to habits to help them escape. They go to food, they go to alcohol, they go to sometimes another relationship, like an emotional affair, a cyber affair, a physical affair sometimes. They try to escape the loop. They go to medication, they go to other drugs, they go to food. They do something to get out of this crazy eight. Sometimes I've worked with people that have had a shopping addiction, because it's so painful to be in this cycle. So their mind says, I've got to get out. And so it comes up with habits, addictions, other distractions. But of course, these unhealthy habits can create more depression, more shame, more guilt, more hurt. It can sometimes create more anxiety and fear and panic. And so people just get stuck on this whole cycle. So when I work with someone, I help them to just clear this, then the habits tend to fall away. And then depending on what they decide they want to do, then we then set their goals, what they want to feel, what they want to experience in the future. Sometimes people want to work on their relationship, heal their relationship, forgive their partner, their parents or something. Sometimes they want to redesign their life, they want to build up their finances, they want to build their career, they want to love themselves, they want to get into a good position, and then when they're ready, have another baby. Other people, they want to focus on themselves. And so this is what I really help people to do, to first of all clear those emotions, get rid of those habits that may be keeping people on the cycle, have compassion and love for themselves, and then steps to heal any relationship that they might want to heal, and definitely steps to redesign their life, to love themselves, and to choose the way that they really want to move forward. If you would like it to understand a little bit more about how I work and how I help people release those emotions, go to my website, nicolabeer.com. You can book a session with me and we can discuss how I work and what you need. If you're looking for relationship support, there's audio programs, there's some free resources there as well to help you. And together, it's about going through the healing of learning from these emotions, having compassion and love for yourself, looking after yourself, and giving time to yourself to exit this kind of crazy eight. So do reach out to me. I would love to help you if you're ready for some support. And if you're not, my last bit of advice for you would be you have to put your self-care as a number one priority. You know, you have to come first now. Getting good sleep, feeding yourself well, taking breaks for the mind, exercising, and forgiveness. If we hold on to those emotions, you know, the anger, the resentment, the sadness, the grief, the guilt, the shame, if we hold on to that, it's going to harm our body. Unfortunately, that's how it works. It will create physical symptoms. It will be draining. And so you really need to love and look after yourself more than anything. And forgiving yourself is a massive way to do that. Forgiving yourself will help you to release those emotions. I do have a process that really helps people release those emotions quickly. However, whatever way you choose, work on releasing those emotions. Find what's right for you and do that. And really learn to have compassion for yourself. From my heart to yours, thank you for watching. Wishing you love, strength and courage.